bottom now over there.
Oh, yo, Danny Pack sent a text.
Okay guys, back on the trail, left the Fontana Dam Lodge and met up with a few other hikers that I've been leapfrogging with, so.
Woo! That's like what all the income into Fontana is from.
Car stuff.
I really like to drive.
Who got through the Smokies first?
I win!
Alright.
Cheers over here.
Alright guys, we made it to the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Gas monkey.
I'm hype.
Atlas.
Woo!
Macaroni. You know, Boggy.
Boggy.
Sticks.
Thanks, brother.
Ontario.
Chili dog.
The
Trail is trash. It is just small.
Because it becomes too concentrated. It's all utes, not solvent.
That there is snow. Snow on that mountain. You can see where there was some snow. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some snow tonight. It's pretty cold up here. We're probably not that far away from the tent site, and the group kind of, keeps leapfrogging one another. So it's pretty cold up here. See some snow on the ground. Probably from yesterday and the day before. Temperatures probably, I'm going to say 30s right now. Excuse me. And winds are gusting probably, I'd say up to 20 miles per hour. So if you're not moving, it's pretty cold. Well, we're definitely getting up there in elevation. You can see behind me here. We got snow, ice. It's on the trees, so every once in a while you get hit with a piece of ice. I love cold weather. I'm originally from Boston. I was born and raised there, but live in Florida now. And I gotta tell you, the heat in Florida just gets to me. So, I'm hiking in a t-shirt right now, because I know when I get back down to Florida, it's probably gonna be about 110 degrees. So I'm enjoying every moment of this. As long as I don't get hypothermia, and we'll be good. All right, so here's the view. The mountains all around me. See those areas that look like it's light, like it's lighter color? That's actually snow. And sometimes the sun, will cause a shadow. Straight ahead, you could probably see it. There's a patch of snow there. There's snow on the ground, so. And you can hear the wind. Without a doubt, cold, very cold wind, 20, 15 mile per hour wind gusts, at least. So this should make an interesting evening for those of us that are using tents for the Thru-Hike. I've added this pump kit made by Thermarest called the Air Tap Pump Kit. It basically attaches to the Thermarest mattress, and using this bag you can capture the air and fill the air mattress pretty quickly. It doesn't weigh much, and it also serves as a stuff sack for my Z-Packs down 20-degree bag. All right, well, this is home for this evening. I've left enough room up here on this tent pad in case somebody else comes in and needs a spot. So I've already got my my water at a boil. I'm gonna have some packet gourmet Dottie's chicken and dumplings, which is one of my favorites. So that'll be a good way to start the week here in the Smokies.
They'd take them out.
Find you more smaller sticks. Smaller.
So we're gonna rock. Ain't never gonna stop. Gonna keep on rocking.
I bet another guy named Atlas. Oh, really?
Come on, fat boy. Oh, pig.
Came back and yeah, I have.
Well, good morning. Uneventful evening. It was a little bit cool out. It's not bad right now. I think today's supposed to be in the 50s, so perfect weather for hiking. Oddly enough, my wife texted me and said that it's in the 50s in Florida, so go figure. One shelter is 12 miles away and the next one is 17 miles away. And here in the Smokies, if you're not aware, you have to stay in the shelter unless the shelter is full, and then you're allowed to camp outside of the shelter. And Thru-Hikers do not have the rights to the shelter. Any other hikers, non-Thru-Hikers that come in, get the rights to the shelter, the space in the shelter, I should say. And the reason why is because the Thru-Hikers are the only people that are allowed to camp outside of the shelter in a tent. Other people cannot, according to what I've read. So skies are clear, so I'm sure we're going to have in this section some really pretty views. And as usual, when I see those, I'll be able to share them with you, just like you'd be hiking with me. Nice and quiet right now. A little bit higher in elevation, but a little bit more snow than we saw earlier. I'm sure we're going to see more snow as we progress north. There was some other hikers who were up in the Gatlinburg area, and they were going through about 5 to 9 inches of snow. There's definitely 2, 3, 4 inches of snow easily right now. All right, well, I just stopped at the last shelter there and chatted with some other Thru-Hikers. And I thought I would show you this. It just kind of looks pretty. How the trail just winds through the snow. So look at the size of this tree. You see an awful lot of these big trees come down across the trail, and they cut them. Here's my size 9 foot. Look how big that is. I'm always fascinated by that. Look at the rings. All right, as you can see, the snow here is considerably thicker. Trekking pole. Oh, 4 or 6 inches. All right, well, looks like this is where I'll be staying tonight. All right, well, good morning. I didn't get much of a sleep last night. You can tell I look horrible, but something different this time when I head up a mountain. This is the first view of the morning. All right, so what do we have this morning? Ground is a little bit frozen over, but we still have the snow, but there is mud. And yesterday for about 2 to 3 miles, was in just water and mud, and the trail was like a trench. I was calling it the Appalachian Trench. A lot of it's because of the snow melting, and then just the amount of people who are out here. I mean, it's impossible to keep the trail dry. And you can see, look at the depth of the trail here. It's a trench. So a lot of people are doing what I'm doing, is walking to the side, which is probably not a good thing. But my shoes and socks were soaked, and I had to dry them out last night. I have extra pair of, I have liners and darn tough to go over it. So, all right, so here's where we are. We've got Derrick Knob Shelter, which is 5.9. I'm not going there. There's a shelter beyond there. That's probably my target. And we'll just have to see how the trail is. I would have gone to Derrick Knob Shelter last night, but the trail was just too muddy. I could have easily done the extra 6 miles, but the trail said no. Well, they say the views in the Smokies are some of the best. And so far this morning, I think that's been true. I think you'll agree with me. Beautiful views. The weather is beautiful. See, I'm walking along a ridge line right now. And that's those mountains we just looked at. And we still have snow. So nice weather for hiking. Hopefully the trail doesn't get as muddy as it did yesterday. And I'll be very happy. So let's keep pushing north and see what else we come across. We're going to want to be careful hiking in this. There was a hiker who actually yesterday fell on the ice and broke his arm. And he was a pretty big fellow, veteran out here on the warrior hikes with other veterans. Somebody told me he was going into town to get it put in a cast, and he was coming right back out here. So you see in the center of the screen there, that's where we came from. Not that last view, but the one before that. And right in the middle, you can see a hiker. I just yelled over to him and he waved. He's way over there. And that's the distance. Let's getting a little bit warm for me. I'm going to have to get out of this mid layer and pants, get down to my base and some running shorts. Well, it's obvious from the video. You can tell that we're heading down. All right, well, made some elevation. We're above 5,000 feet, well above 5,000 feet. Trail is icy, so the ice is starting to melt, but you gotta be very careful because it's a pretty steep slope. Views are pretty. And this is what I'm seeing right now. While hiking in the Smokies, I've seen a couple of ridge runners who are employed by the Appalachian Trail Conservancy, and they're out here to spread the word about Leave No Trace. So I just had a very nice conversation with Chloe from the ATC. She's a ridge runner, and here's what she had to say.
So my title is a ridge runner, and I work in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, but I'm an employee of the Appalachian Trail Conservancy. And as a ridge runner, we are walking advocates or educators on the trail. And our main purpose is just to collect data of who we see on the trail, what type of hiker they are, what time of year they're on the trail, so we can better manage the AT in future years. And then I'm also a master educator in Leave No Trace. So I advocate for Leave No Trace, meaning generally people think it's just pack it in, pack it out, but there's a lot more complexity to it, and it starts with plan ahead and prepare. So the more prepared you are as a hiker, the less trash you're gonna leave. And then also things like proper waste disposal with your wastewater from dishes, with where you go to the bathroom in the woods, and just finding trash that maybe is not yours. So I try to stress to hikers that it's not just our individual hike that we're experiencing out here. People are constantly coming after you. So these places that we stay, especially in the Smokies, since you're required to stay in shelters, are getting hammered with visitor use. So if we just acknowledge that people will continue to come after us, then we'll acknowledge the more, like, we have a bigger impact. So if we just try to keep it clean for everyone that comes after us, they'll see a clean shelter and they'll leave it clean, hopefully. Okay, so we've dropped about 500 feet. We're at about 4,600 feet, and there's a big difference. No snow down here, and you'll see a lot of little wildflowers. But we're going to be going back up again, so I'm sure we'll be back in the snow. Nice thing down here too is the trail is dry, and I haven't been making good time because I'm trying not to get soaked like I did the last time. I'm not sure if you can hear me with the wind, but we're at 5,300 feet up, and you can see the snow is back. Pretty thick in some places, and of course the trail is just pure mud. Really, really wet. There's just no way around it without getting soaked. So it's already happened, and I almost fell. So I'm at the point now where I just don't care. I just want to get to the next shelter, and that's about 1.3 miles. All right, made it to the shelter. It's been a long day, so I'm going to get some sleep, and I'll check back with you guys in the morning. All right, guys, just woke up. Horrible night's sleep. The majority of the people that were camping headed up to Clingman's Dome to watch the sunrise. I decided not to do that. So it is very cold out this morning, and I've got 2.7 miles to get to Clingman's Dome. First, got to go through this little area I was telling you about yesterday. Looks like the Enchanted Forest. So
I'll flip the camera around so you can see it, and then I'll check back in a bit. All right, guys, so hopefully you can hear me. I was, you know, off to one of those starts that I usually have, very slow and just thinking about a million things, and had my head down. I looked up, and this is what I saw. Hey guys, here's another view. I'm not sure if I'm going to get this. This mountain is almost like I can touch it, and you can see all the snow. And then, as I'm panning to the right, is kind of the area where I just showed you. That's a little bit back on the trail. Not much, because I'm going to pan over to the side, and you'll see there's the rocks that I just came down from. Here's another view, guys. Just a few more feet up. Absolutely stunning. As far as my eye can see, it's just mountains. And I know the video doesn't do it any justice. It's breathtaking. Man, so beautiful. Here's some more, guys. A little bit further up the trail, same mountains, different perspective. All right, guys, here's another one. This is on the opposite side, the mountains. We haven't seen these ones yet, but once again, breathtaking. Zoom in. There you go. On this side, if you notice, the mountain goes down, and then beyond that, there's not mountains. It's kind of just rolling landscape. So a little bit different terrain on this side. I met this young lady coming up towards Clingman's Dome. What is your trail name?
My name is Prism.
Prism. How'd you get that one? Oh, all the colors, yeah.
Yeah, between me and my dog, we pretty much had like every color
Yeah.
covered. So
Gotcha.
he's not with me. He's meeting me on the other side of Clingman's Dome. So I'm kind of running through there to see my boy. I miss him. It's not the same hiking without him.
I know. What type of dog?
He's a mutt. It's the best kind,
Yeah.
I think. He's a rescue. Rescued him about a year ago. And he's been my hiking buddy ever since. And if he knew what he was missing out on now, he'd be pretty pissed. So I'm going to get back to him and get back on the trail with him. So
Awesome.
pretty pumped.
All right, guys, here's another view. Pretty. All right, I know I'm probably going to get these same views from Clingman's Dome, which is just about another 7/10 of a mile up, but I can't resist showing you this. Just amazing. All right, you're gonna start to see the trail. Here's the trail. And there's the other mountains we were looking at. And here's some more. I made it to Clingman's Dome. I guess I'm gonna have to go up there.
It's really pathetic.
It's not that counts.
That's what I've heard my whole life, so I'm gonna believe it.
Myself and Patrick were able to hitchhike a ride from Clingman's Dome, which turned out to be not as easy as I thought it would be. Not sure if hitchhiking in Tennessee is allowed or not, but anyway, if it was, I'm sorry. But a very nice young couple, two school teachers from just outside of Chicago, Cubs fans. They picked us up and believe it or not, drove us the 15 miles all the way into Gatlinburg, which they never heard the term trail angel before, so we told them that's what they were, trail angels, and they wouldn't even take any money for gas or food or anything. So very nice couple, and we really appreciate them doing that for us. So it's time for me to get some laundry done and then do some resupply for the trail so I can get back on the trail. So I just found these two. They are going to Food City with us, and I recognize them, but can you tell everybody your trail names?
I'm Tinkle.
And I'm Doc.
All right, and you guys are going to go get some, you want different breakfast, you said, right?
Yeah,
For
and
different
lunch
meals.
and dinner for the next 5 days.
Yeah, the resupplies, I find the resupplies hard to do, like staying with good, food that kind of makes it interesting, not boring.
Yes,
so,
we get bored with the same thing. We try to look for something different.
Yeah. All right, well, hopefully this trolley will get here soon
Yes.
and get us down there.
I hope so. We're trying to get to Hot Springs on the next resupply, so.
Here we go. All right, so the trolley driver said we have 18 minutes and she'll be back to get us. So it's like one of those game shows or new game show. It's how many items can a thru-hiker find within 18 minutes that's going to supply them and give them enough calories and not weigh too much in 18 minutes. So on your mark, get set, go. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, good morning. Just got dropped off at the AT by Donald, a shuttle driver, and spent a narrow and a zero in Gatlinburg resupplying, and you know, getting some good food in my belly, some Guinness, and now I'm ready to get back to work, back on the trail here. So let's get going, right? Yeah, look at this. Spring has sprung. Nice and green. Okay guys, we're out of the trail and we're at Newfound Gap. Here we go. Straight across is where the trail starts back up again. All right, so I'm on the trail right now. We crossed over, full of tourists and day hikers. So, okay, so we're through the bubble of tourists, which was kind of a pain. A lot of them just clogged the trail. I couldn't get past them, or it was just a pain. So. From Gnome, where's your? Right, guys. So I've decided to stay at the shelter here for the evening, and then we'll break camp in the morning, and I'm gonna push on either to the one that's 12 miles or 19 miles away. So, anyway, I'm gonna get some sleep, and I'll check back in the morning. Got up early, about 6 o'clock. There was a lot of movement. There was a lot of section hikers, and then some bunch of girls there. There was a lot of noise last night, and then this morning everybody decided to just get up early, and so it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm already packed up. Sun's starting to come up now, and I am on the trail. So let's see what today has to offer. All right, first view of the morning. Looks nice. Look at that. Here's another view. So once you guys come along with me, it's a loop trail, and I'm going to backtrack it. See if I can do this without falling. Oh yeah, that's probably it right there. I don't know too much about it. I didn't read about it. So. Oh yeah. Yep. All right, let's go further. And that would be it, I guess. Yeah, that's a pretty, it says watch your children. Yep. All right. All right, let's try to get to the top of that. You ready? All right. See if I can do this without busting my ass. My trekking pole's up there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at this, guys. That's where I just came from. Made it. I didn't go to that farther outcrop because I'm all by myself here. I go off the edge of this. They won't find me for probably about a year. All these bunion. Check. Pretty cool. All right, well that was worth it. I would like to have got to that other rock, but being by myself, like I said, if something was to happen, nobody would know. So I guess I can push my DeLorme SOS on the way down. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if I see some more like that, I mean, that's Charlie's Bunion. That's, you know, a particular scenic spot, but there's going to be a lot of them, I think, today. And we're working our way out of the Smokies. Got probably another 2 days and we'll be out of here. All right, let's keep going. All right, so when I see these views, I'm just going to bring them to you. And I'll try not to blabber over them. So blabber free zone starts now. All right, we're about a little over a mile from the next shelter, and I think what I'm going to do is, since I got an early start this morning, I'm going to make myself some lunch. And I'm kind of liking getting up a little bit early in the morning. I was usually getting on the trail at 8 o'clock. I think I'm going to set my alarm for 6, try to get on the trail by 6:30, 7 the latest. That way it gives me enough daylight. I can push more miles. I just came across this young lady on the trail. What is your trail name?
My trail name is Body Bag.
All right, and tell me again how you got Body Bag.
So I didn't have a tent pad, like a footprint for my tent, so I use a dog body bag for like cadavers.
And you're going all the way up to Maine, Thru-Hiker?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I just went down to the shelter. I wasn't too impressed with it. Not a lot of tent sites there, so I'm going to press on another 7.7 miles. It's kind of a little bit late in the afternoon to be doing it, maybe a little bit crazy trying to do this, but the other site will put me a little bit closer to the northern border of the national park, which would be nice. So with that said, let's hit the trail.
Woods because it had a path right by the shelter. She never pulled once, as happy as to be. So I ended up taking her, and she's been the greatest thing.
I was hiking with body bag, and I just came across this. I'm stopping to show you. Look at that. That's beautiful. I'm going to zoom in so you can look, because there's a few things there. I see some roads and I see some water. Let's see. Those white dots look like houses, buildings. Up to the middle center is water. And if you look up, right in the center, there's a road going along the top of that mountain. Wish I could tell you which mountains these are. Here's another view. Still heading towards that shelter, which is the Cosby Knob shelter. So this is going to give me a 20-mile day, roughly. 0.9 miles up the trail here is a crash site. And I remember seeing this on somebody else's YouTube video. Hold on a second. Check that one out. Beautiful. All right, so I will stop by there and I'll pay my respects, because if I'm not mistaken, it was a military plane that was on a training, it was coming back from a training mission and crashed in the mountains here. So I'm going to stop there and pay my respects. And if there's a memorial, I'll be sure to show you guys. All right, well, I paid my respects. I knew about that plane crash. I remember reading about it. Somebody else captured it in one of their videos. I don't have internet, so I couldn't give you any, updated information on it. So if somebody that's watching this video can go ahead and look up military plane crash, Smoky Mountains, and post it in the comments, I'd appreciate it for the other people who are watching this video. I think it happened in the late 70s, I'd say like 1975 to 1985, somewhere around that time. And the plane was coming back from a training mission. The weather wasn't great, and there was a mishap, and they collided with the mountain. So, okay, about another 4 miles, and we'll be at the next shelter. All right, guys, I'm just around the corner from the shelter. I ran into a nice young lady further up the trail, and she said the ridge runner from the ATC is telling people to get in the shelter. Now, I've been hiking for 12 hours straight. I've done 20 miles today. Well, it's not quite 12 hours. 10 hours and did 20 miles. And I really don't feel like sleeping in the shelter. So if I got to push on another 7 to Davenport, that's what I'm going to do. All right, well, I talked to the ridge runner, and I'm able to now set up my tent away from the shelter. But I'm with a few friends here, and we have
Chili dog.
Foggy.
and kitchen sink.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking. Yeah, kitchen sink.
Kitchen sink.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, good night, guys. I'll check back with you in the morning. Good morning. I am out of my tent. I am on the trail. I just picked up my food bag from the Maine shelter. Said goodbye to Chloe, who I interviewed earlier in this video. She's the ridge runner, and today's a happy day because I will be in about 7 miles or so. I will be out of the Smoky Mountains, and there's a few reasons why. I love the Smokies. I have property up in this area. We hope to build a cabin one day. The views are beautiful, but the regulations and staying at the shelters and all that kind of is cumbersome. So nice thing is once I'm out of the Smokies, I won't have to deal with all that. So woke up a little bit late. I thought I was going to get up much earlier. I ended up sleeping a little bit later. The whole camp was very quiet. So usually when everybody else is moving around, that's when you end up, yourself starting to get up and pack up. So so anyway, that's just about it. So let's go ahead and hit the trail, and next stop is going to be 7 miles is next shelter, and then 10, I believe, is another hostel, which is Standing Bear, and that's outside of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. All right, well, it's pretty sunny here, but I'm pretty sure we have a spectacular view ahead. Let's see. Oh, yeah. We'll get up on this rock and get you a better view. Oh. How's that? Whoops. Yeah, I do not want to fall off that.
How far is it to the closest nearest tree that was down that you see?
Oh God, I can't remember.
That's good.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's good.
You guys trail maintenance?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's good, then.
Have a good one.
You too. Thanks for all the hard work you guys put in for the trail. Okay, well that answers a few questions, doesn't it? I always wondered how the shelters were built. I know some of them were airlifted in by helicopter, but other ones are actually built by hand. And if you watched the video prior to this one, I had some good footage of some of the workers bringing lumber up by horseback at the Carter Gap shelter, which is in the first few miles when you enter into North Carolina from Georgia. So these guys do a great job. I'm not sure if you would if you saw when they were passing by, there was chainsaws and power tools that they had to cut back all of those fallen trees, which there's been quite a few of them, but I haven't seen many in this section, so which is good. All right, guys, well, there's a reason why that video ended abruptly. Just after the men on horseback passed by, I took a spill. I tripped over a rock. My phone, which was in my left hand, went flying, broke. My right hand, I reached out to grab to stop from the fall, and I thought I broke my fingers. Actually sprained them, cut my elbow, face planted. But the worst part was my phone must have hit a rock and shattered the screen to the point where I couldn't even use it. I couldn't unlock the screen. I couldn't make any phone calls. And then, of course, trying to, in the middle of a national forest, deal with Apple, using other people's phones, trying to get a replacement phone. So anyway, the problem's been solved. I thought I was going to lose all my videos. That didn't happen because Apple was able to repair my original phone, therefore allow me to keep my videos, which had about 100 gigabytes of videos on there. So anyway, this video wouldn't have happened had it not been for the good people at Apple that saved my phone. And so anyway, that's that. That's what happened, and that's why I haven't been on social media also. I had a bunch of people wondering where I was. No cell phone for about 2 weeks. So anyway, that's that for this video. I appreciate you guys hiking with me, and just stay tuned. I'll have another video coming up pretty soon. Take care.